Welcome to January the 18th, 2016. It's HD DVD Day here in the Man Cave Random Media Generator. Matrix Reloaded, yes, our second installment into the Matrix trilogy with Keanu Reeves, Carrie Moss, et al. I reviewed the first one of these about a month or so ago. I'm going to go through the whole set. I got the Matrix Experience. This is part 2, this is part 3, and there's actually an extra supplemental disc, which is just the Matrix Extras, which I'll probably have to watch someday in the future. Anyway, it's a good film. Lots of explosions, lots of special effects, lots of Keanu Reeves. Let's see it. Hour into this. Matrix, finally get to see Zion, nice special effects. There's an extended music interlude there where it's a big party and dancing. Basically turns into an orgy while Keanu Reeves and Carrie Moss do the nasty. Pretty much a sex video. I mean, this is R-rated. But it's just like, okay, this is going on for like 5 minutes. It's a good scene, but obviously it's meant to be extremely erotic. One of the extended, obligatory, every 10 minutes or so fight scenes. What this movie is known for, the kung fu acrobatic fighting, kind of reminiscent of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, slow motion, a lot of aerial work. Impressive to watch, but it kind of dawns on me is, yeah, it's almost expected, like every couple of minutes we're going to have this choreography. And it literally is that. It's like a dance, obviously. It's almost a kung fu martial arts dance. But this is the progression of media, progression of Hollywood. You know, think Fred Astaire, think Gene Kelly. And then, okay, this is like the American tango now. This is like the American waltz. This is a form of body movement and, you know, body syncopation, and usually in conjunction with music. And so it's like, okay, this is now how we see ourselves interacting as humans, not in a holding, loving, embracing kind of way, but in a martial arts twisting, turning kind of way. What does that tell you about the American psyche? Discuss. Here as I'm watching the extended fight scene where Neo fights the 1000 Mr. Smiths, the CGI festival of real quick imagery there. This is basically going back to, and this is the media journey that you go through when you look at this much media. This is almost like Wagnerian opera, where you have the dialogue scene, blah 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 blah, and then you have the interlude scene. And in the old days, like an opera, it would be a fight scene, but a lot of times it would be a singing scene or a chorus scene, and then you transition to another dialogue scene, which is what you have here. You have the whole humans versus the machines kind of dialogue talking segment, and then you have the action segment, which lasts about equal length, probably about 5 minutes to 8 minutes usually for the two. It's just the way we tell a story, obviously. We just change up the way it looks with special effects and really fancy camera work. So, next action scene. Coming up, the famous freeway scene, which I know is going to take a good 10 minutes of extra good special effects. But I'm noticing that as we go through this whole trilogy, in fact any long movie like this, we're hitting key points. And in this particular series, The Matrix, the key points are obviously the fight scenes. They're rather regular. You can almost time your watch by them. But I noticed it's interesting that they have to include every single kind of action scene. Now this is the car chase, obviously. It's a big car chase. But before this, you had a martial arts fighting scene where there's swords and cudgels and pikes and stuff like that. And plus you also have just the raw kung fu scenes and also the raw gunfire scenes where there's just a lot of gunplay. So it's like any kind of interaction you can have in the action genre, they're touching on here. So it's like, in a way, it's very good, very complete, but also in a way, it's a bit of overkill. One of the things I'll say about the Wachowski brothers, brother and sister, I guess now, while their movies are obviously extremely over the top, think of Cloud Atlas, think of a lot of these things. Speed Racer, that was another one of their good ones, a little over the top in the visual range. Their dialogue is really pretty deep. I don't think a lot of the younger crowd probably would get into it as far as what they're talking about, is this concept of surrealism, this concept of conspiracy, the concept of they were all just basically little cogs in the wheel, and we don't really have choice in the matter. We're given choice, and we're told it's freedom, and indeed the choices are already predetermined for us. That kind of thing, that kind of deep thinking, and that runs a lot through the Wachowski brothers' films. The idea that you're only really free in your head. The society that you live in, by nature, has laws and rules that you have to conform to, and conforming is no form of freedom, it's a form of submission. So in that aspect, in the grander scale, this trilogy is actually quite good. If you can look past all of the mind-bending special effects and fight scenes, which I guess you also have to keep the younger crowd entertained.